Carlos Gongorra is a guy who will test you for sure, and we'll see on the tape why. Look at the height advantage of Carlos Gongorra. I think it's more than 1 inch. Weight, once again, 0.6 over was Carlos Gongorra because of travel restrictions, and a 5-inch reach advantage. It wouldn't surprise me if the reach and the height were actually more dramatic than we're seeing on the tail of the tape, because in person, he looked much, much taller than Martinez. But it's going to be a great showdown in the super middleweight division.
Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white and blue trunks, he weighed in at 168.6 pounds. His record, 22 wins, 2 losses, with 17 wins by knockout. From Coachella, California, by way of Napo, Ecuador, please welcome the former IBO super middleweight champion of the world, Carlitos Gongorra. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he wears the black and white camouflage trunks. He weighed in at 167.2 pounds. He is undefeated. His record, 17 wins, with 15 wins by knockout. From San Benito, Petén, Guatemala, give it up for Lester Martinez.
Lester Martinez looking to be the man in Guatemala when it comes to boxing. He's the start of round number 1. Martinez in the black and white trunks. Carlos Gongorra in the white and blue.
Yeah, immediately you see the range of Gongorra. Covers a lot of space in that ring. Big wingspan, long arms. Right now utilizing that reach advantage, being able to touch his man from the outside.
Also a 10-round fight. We've said earlier tonight, Lester Martinez averages under 3.5 rounds per fight. He gets it done quickly. Carlos Gongorra used to going to war. Both of his losses by decision.
That was a wild, wide, just lead overhand right coming from Lester there. Looks like he's just got to get a little more comfortable.
It was slow, too.
Yeah.
It was a slow, awkward punch.
Very indecisive punch.
Yeah. That's the thing. When Gongorra at his best, he's tricky, he's slick, he's hard to hit. Against Christian Mbili, he just got overwhelmed, and he was just, Mbili's one of those guys who comes to the front door, just lets his hands go. He's such an engine, and Gongorra just really had to take a lot of punishment in that fight. Landed his own punches, but was just outworked all night long. At this rate, at this pace, this is much better for Carlos Gongorra.
Better pace, and he just landed about 2 or 3 punches in a row right there.
Now, is it one of those things, gentlemen, where you know you're in there against a veteran, you're a power puncher, you're used to laying guys out. Do you pace yourself a little bit more? Do you get a little bit out of what you would normally do, knowing you got a veteran in front of you?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the corner of Lester, and you see that he's got a Terrence Crawford, Bo Mack, entourage, for the sake of words, in his corner, which means they're going to be methodical. They're going to start slow. They're going to find their way and build. And, that's kind of the Bo Mack, Terrence Crawford, Omaha way. Big up, nice uppercut landed right there.
Good shot. Martinez coming in.
He keeps speaking about the range of Gongorra. His uppercuts are nasty. That's how he knocked out Akhmedov. It was 2 left uppercuts in the last round that laid him out on his back. He used the uppercut well, and he hurt Mbili with it in their fight. Even though he was dominated for most of the fight, he was able to hurt Mbili a few times, and the uppercut was one of the main sources of that power.
So the thing with this pace here is you allow Gongorra to be comfortable, and you allow him to operate. At some point, they'll look to turn it up, and then we'll see what happens.
On our air, ProBox TV, Lucas de Abreu, of course, knocked out by Lester Martinez. That was June 2023. It was a TKO win. Easy work that night. Not having easy work so far with Carlos Gongorra in a measured fight, round number 1. Round number 1 at the pace of the bigger, more experienced Carlos Gongorra in the blue and white. Lester Martinez, the power puncher, in the black and white.
I mentioned that Gongorra has a good chin, but that's not to say he doesn't get hurt. He's been hurt. He's been down in many fights. He just battles back and is able to find his own shots and also make it to the end of the fight. So but we'll see, because Lester Martinez is a finisher. He's a guy with a big punch. He has 15 KOs and his 17 wins. I mentioned that chin can run out.
We talked about the power of Martinez, but I see some speed from the young man too. He's got some speed on that jab, that front hand.
Also, Showtime, it's one of those things where, Carlos Gongorra, the taller guy, but he tends to lean over and kind of put himself in range against Martinez a little bit.
I
Has to
think
curl up a little.
For him, he's been fighting shorter guys for so long that kind of, again, has become a part of his nature.
Nice right shot. Ripping shot to the body.
And Martinez landed a beautiful left hook to the body in the middle of that. That was smart.
Carlos Gongorra apparently not afraid of a firefight here, gentlemen.
No, certainly not. We see
nice
that
tricky left hand.
Tricky.
Some blood coming out of the right nostril of Gongorra.
Oh, good right over the top there from Martinez. Yeah, Martinez, man, he's tricky. He punches with you. Oh, big shots.
Good combination from Martinez again. A nod of acknowledgement from the veteran Carlos Gongorra.
Man, Gongorra.
I mean, those are neck-snapping blows that he's eating.
Don't miss anything. Download the ProBox TV app, your boxing channel. Check out our news. Check out our Wednesday night fights. Beautiful right hand. Don't miss our main event tonight.
Martinez, explosive, powerful, finding a home. Gongorra, man, he did not leave his nuts in the dressing room, that's for sure. Nuts and guts. Hey, and for people at home, this is not the fight you should go get popcorn.
No. It could end at any time. This great man once said, guts will get you so far, then they'll get you killed. Gongorra's got to be able to unload in punching range without falling for the knockout shot of Lester Martinez. As you say, champ, 15 knockouts and 17 wins. Undefeated, the kid doesn't know how to lose.
It's not like going the distance either. I'm seeing much improved head movement from Lester Martinez. His last time he fought on our air, he was walking the man down, taking shots he didn't need to. Tonight, though, we're seeing him get his head offline, being tricky with his punches, being deceptive in how he approaches and gets and closes the distance to land those power shots.
What's his pace like? What's the comparison?
Like this, but he builds. He builds. Round by round by round. Increased pressure.
Lester Martinez round in round number 2.
Taking those kind of shots. Those are heavy blows.
Heavy blows. Oh, that body shot was nasty. Right in the middle.
And it was a little bit of everything. I mean, we got a hook and a right hand, and then he comes right back with a 1-2, and then snapped his head again with a right hook. We got a little bit of everything that round from Martinez.
He got a little tricked. He landed an uppercut and rocked the head of Lester Martinez and went to follow up and land another one, and then another one, and then they got into those exchanges, and Lester got the better of it. You got to be careful with a true power puncher. Can't get greedy.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like one way to beat a power puncher is push them back, but you can't get greedy in the process. You're right. Straight left to the body from Gongorra.
Gongorra's very smart in the way he places his punches. But also he fights a little bit reckless at times with too much heart.
And he stays there after he punches. That's been like another theme of the night. Everybody's punching and then just standing there right after they punch.
Admiring their work.
I will say, though, in the Akpadal fight, which he was a big underdog, and it was a huge upset win, he got rocked really bad in the second round. Looked like he was going to get stopped. Had a rough night for the next couple rounds and then came back to stop him in the 12th round. Not saying that's precursor of what's going to happen tonight. That was 4 or 5 years ago at this point.
But it is certainly a possibility. Those awkward punches over the top. That's where Gongorra has found success so far in this fight.
Such explosive punches from Martinez, man.
You talk about that much improved, head movement, footwork from Martinez. Not a stationary target.
But I'm always curious to see how punchers go with their power as the rounds go on. A lot of guys, they lose their power, they let their hands go, they shoot their load, and then there's not much left. So we'll see if Gongorra can survive these early rounds. What happens late?
Body shot.
I don't know if you listeners at home or viewers at home can hear these punches. Both these guys throwing heavy leather.
Uppercut from the outside landed from Martinez.
From ringside, you can feel it, especially those body shots. Been a theme throughout this card here in Washington, D.C. Great body punching.
You can feel it because you ain't never been hit. I don't imagine feeling this stuff.
Yeah, I've taken a knee to the midsection. That is the worst. Another combinations now from and right, and Gongorra is hurt.
Froze him.
Absolutely stunned him with 30 seconds left to go in round number 3.
And Martinez does a really good job of closing the distance. He rocked him. Gongorra stepped back, thought he was safe, and Martinez was all over him right away.
The man is a shark, an outstanding finisher. Gongorra staying in the pocket right now, answering back.
Look at that, getting under the shots.
And that's the confidence. He just got hurt, but he's still willing to be there.
Lester Martinez, here it is.
Good scrappy round for Gongorra, but then at the end, bang, that overhand shot snapped the head back.
And then look, he relaxed. And Lester knew it. He knew he landed a big shot, and he came after him. Here's the thing, Gongorra fights with this really kind of lackluster, lethargic movement. He needs to up his energy right now, because if he doesn't, he's gonna get run out of the ring.
You mean be a little bit sharper?
He's got to be sharper. He's got to be faster. He's got everything has to increase for Gongorra.
And he's got to stay switched on. He can't have moments like that where he gets lulled to sleep, or he's gonna end up asleep.
But he's got a habit. His habit is he steps back, he drops his hands, and he fixes his shoulders. So that's kind of like his thing. And he got him in trouble right there. That's the kind of picking up the energy I'm talking about.
A little bit more physical pressure in round number 4. Lester Martinez in the black and white. Carlos Gongorra in the white and blue. Gongorra 22-2 as a pro.
The issue with Gongorra is he's always right in front of you. He doesn't step around at all.
I'm looking at him like you do the math. You know, it's his 3 punches, 4 punches maybe. To Lester Martinez's 5 or 6.
Another big shot. These are what we call Pez dispenser shots. His head's going all the way back.
He's going to have a sore neck tomorrow.
That's dirty.
Remember we were saying about,
oh my God, what a right hand. Lester Martinez has Carlos Gongorra in big trouble.
Lester's looking like that guy. Looking like that guy that everybody was saying he was.
We said we'd find out tonight, Chris. Well, we're finding out. Minute 3 left in round number 4, and he is feeling good.
That's the energy. See, there's 2 different levels to the energy.
He brought his A game tonight. Gentlemen, it's not the game you have, it's the game you bring.
Nice push off there from Lester. Didn't want to get tied up, didn't allow it.
Lester Martinez, he brought his A game tonight.
Takes 2 to tango, he didn't want any of it. I want to fight, I want to punch.
I feel like he just learned that move, though, because the way he, bumped off, it was like he saw all of that arm. Like he just learned that this camp.
Well, he didn't get warned for it. Martinez, that right hand, that chopping overhand shot.
I'm telling you, he's there, but he ain't there. Gongorra he ain't gonna be good in a little while.
Yeah, those shots seem to freeze him, and he stays in position to get hit again.
Worst look to see in a fighter's eyes is, who is this guy and why is he hitting me? All right, they're trying to figure out what's going on as they're in there. Seen that look quite a few times. Carlos Gongorra has not gotten the respect of Lester Martinez yet. Every time he starts to unload with combinations, he eats that right hand.
And Gongorra's smiling. He's smiling at Martinez.
I think they're talking to each other.
Yeah. Oh, man. And Lester just keeps landing that right hand.
Gongorra physically not going away, not checking out of this fight.
Big punches landed this round from Martinez. I mean, that punch right there, that's one that'll wake everybody in this room up. And again, the same thing, the hooks, right hands, overhand rights, it's everything.
Oof. And look, watch this overhand right. He's got that overhand right.
Yeah.
That Marcos Maidana
Right.
used to throw,
Comes
and
straight
also
down.
like Triple G with the left hook on the top.
He doesn't look bothered.
No, that's how he is.
You know?
I was talking about his confidence. That's how he fights. Unbothered, unfazed. Yeah, I'm gonna get him. I don't know if he's gonna get him.
Now, it's great, Chris, to still be mentally in the fight in round number 5. This is scheduled for 10. It's great to be mentally in the fight, but tactically, you got to change something around.
And that's why I looked over there, because when you take those kind of punches, I want to know how cognitive are you at this point? How into this are you? He looked fine.
Yeah, he did. He's very with it. You know, and I've seen that in other fights too. The Aqueduct fight, the Mbili fight. He took so much damage in that fight, but was always in the fight. He was just getting outworked.
This fight certainly getting outworked and outpunched by Lester Martinez from Guatemala, 17-0, 15 knockouts, but already passed his average rounds in round number 5.
No.
As again, say this guy's not used to going the distance is an understatement.
There we go.
Also, one thing about Gongorra, and I think that it might have hurt him, is in the past fights, he's gotten himself out of a jam with late power. You know, and he might be getting into that rut where he's like, you know what, I'll get him later. But man, you're going to take so much damage on the way there.
Sometimes later never comes.
Yeah, that too. As it did in the Mbili fight. He hurt Mbili a few times, couldn't get him down, couldn't finish him, ended up losing a wide decision. It worked in the Aqueduct fight, but hasn't worked since.
Come on, Carlos.
And he's breathing hard. You know, we're what, 5 rounds in now. He's breathing.
He's 35 years old. Lester Martinez is young. He's got the youthful exuberance.
That's the part of boxing people don't realize. You're taking these headshots, and yeah, you're getting hurt internally, but the other side of that too is it's wearing you down.
Yes.
You know, so we see in 5 rounds, he's mouth open, he's sucking wind.
Even though his pace has been pretty slow.
Yeah.
Gongorra hasn't done that much. He fights a very relaxed pace in general.
Lester Martinez now backing off just a little bit. Voluntarily took himself to the ropes. Did a lot of punching in the last round. Looked a little bit arm weary.
Every good punch that Gongorra lands, Lester comes right back. Martinez is very good at answering shots.
And so good at placing his punches right in the middle of the combinations of Gongorra.
Yeah, punches with you. Those are dangerous punches. Not a your turn, my turn fighter. He punches with you.
I once asked Antonio Tarver, a friend of all of us, what it was like taking on Roy Jones. He goes, you have to throw in the middle of his speed. When he's throwing combinations, throw some in the middle, like throwing a stick in the bicycle wheel, right? You got to throw something in there. And right now, Lester Martinez is doing a great job of doing just that.
Well, that's easy for Antonio Tarver to say because he was big and had a hell of a chin. A lot of other guys with Roy Jones Jr. woke up in the locker room when they punched with him.
Also a tricky southpaw. We love you, Antonio.
Man, legend. Gongorra having a better round. Not good enough to win, but
showing some life here at the end of round 5.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he's thrown a lot of heavy blows. Usually, and the other side of that though is he's landed a lot. It'd be different if he was throwing them and missing them. There's something about it. When you throw a miss, it takes something out of you. You know, so he is landing a lot. But yeah, you're right. At this point, this is when we're looking to see whether or not he's able to turn it up and sustain what he turns up to.
This is a man, 17 professional wins, 15 knockouts, average just under 3.5 rounds per fight coming in this fight tonight.
Yeah, Jimmy, we always talk about comparison rounds, right? When we talk about scoring. That last round was a comparison round in that Gongorra didn't get badly hurt. He didn't have to get his head knocked back where he saw every light on the ceiling. So it was a better round for him. Still not enough to win the round, but comparatively to the other rounds, a better round.
It's something that Manuel Stewart said. I never forgot it. So judges tend to sometimes give rounds to the wrong guy because they're doing better than they did, but they still shouldn't have won the round.
That's why we're not judges.
Okay, come on,
This guy sitting next to me, Sean Porter's a very judgy guy.
I'm not looking at the scorecard. I've learned my lesson, dude. I'm not here to catch some hands from Showtime Porter. All right.
Sean will judge you on your trunks.
Carlos Gongorra, by the way, in the white and blue. Speaking of trunks, Lester Martinez from Guatemala in the black and white. Wants to be the go-to guy when you think of Guatemalan boxing. Carlos Gongorra trying to use that bigger frame. On paper, it's a 1-inch height advantage you see in the ring. It's a little more than that. Gongorra naturally the bigger man. He's starting to try and lean on Martinez. Slow the explosive man down.
You know what else I'm learning about Lester Martinez is that even if he doesn't get the knockout, even if he's not getting knockout, he's still fun to watch. And I said he's exciting, you know, because he gets the knockout. Even if he doesn't get the knockout tonight, this is still entertaining. He's so explosive. You don't exactly know what he's going to do. He lands big eye-catching shots. He gets hit.
Just like that, nice short left
See
from
the bump
Carlos
off right
Gongorra.
there from Gongorra?
See the what?
You didn't see the bump off?
I did, yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Okay, I was going to say, like, that's how you do it. Yeah, it's how you-
He's crafty.
Yeah.
Gongorra is very crafty.
Yeah, I think to your point of Gongorra being crafty now, let me smother Martinez, let me try to wear him down, and then let me be explosive off the back of that.
Oh, they can carry my weight.
And Jimmy, this is what you said a lot about Gongorra this week, that he gives up his height and fights on the inside.
Yes.
He actually has success there. He's finding these uppercuts on the inside, that craftiness. And now Martinez, who may be slowing down a little, not quite as explosive as he was, is getting a little bit worse for wear here.
But he can't give it up. That's what he's doing now.
Great stuff from Lester Martinez again.
Gongorra stays too long.
Oh.
Good round for Gongorra. I was looking at it. I'm judging it. I'm like, hey, you know, he's doing much better. The nice little bump off right there. Boom, boom. That's how you do it. You know, he bumped, and then he waited for that space, and he threw the punch. Here it is. Bump. Wait for it. Boom. There it is. Clean shot delivered right there. But then he just gives it all back, Chris.
Yeah, he stays too long. He made that nice, beautiful move. Was having a good round. Actually, the whole round was a pretty good round. Then he gets rocked again.
Seeing that he can turn it up, but he can only sustain it for so long. But the other side, when he gets hit, his neck, his head goes back so far. He's lethargic on the back end of that, so he has no energy to come back. Doesn't look alive. I think we're seeing age right now from
Yeah, you see that with aging fighters, they can't fight 3 minutes of every round. You see that time and time again. Some guys are able to utilize that and not necessarily use it to their advantage, but they adapt. Bernard Hopkins, Evander Holyfield, guys that didn't need to fight 3 minutes of the round. They understood how to win the rounds either way. Gongorra's not that guy. He stands in front too long. He freezes at times. He gives it back, waits for the receipt, which is something my coach used to say. You hit a guy, don't wait for the receipt. Get out of there.
Right. On the other side of it, Lester Martinez, there's a lot of things that he needs to improve on. Defense.
Yeah.
You know, he's getting hit way too much from a guy where I think he should be able to see every punch that's being thrown.
Good sportsmanship there. Playful taps in the back rather than cracking him in the spine.
So I'm just gonna crack you in the front. A lot of respect between these two fighters. Very experienced. Carlos Gongorra, 22-2. Lester Martinez, a big step-up fight for him. 17-0, 15 knockouts. Showed you the odds before. Lester Martinez had every favorite. Weren't quite sure about that, but the power has been the story of this fight.
This is something that I've seen from Gongorra in past fights. He's like a zombie. He gets hit with huge shots, comes back, get hurt to the body there. Got hurt to the body there.
Brought his hands down. Talk about his chin. Carlos Gongorra must have concrete in his head to be taking these shots.
I don't know if it's his chin or his recovery. Because he just takes the shots and then he's right back in it. To your point, Sean, a couple rounds ago, you said, I want to see how he is cognitively. He looks fine. He recovers.
Yeah.
But those body work, man, that body shot, that's hard to recover from, especially at 35.
Another adjustment for Lester Martinez. How many punches to the head are you going to hit this guy clean with before you realize, okay, he's not going anywhere, let me go to the body and break him down? Still some room to grow.
And that's the thing about body shots is they make the headshots even more effective. Once you're hurt to the body, it's often easier to hurt a guy to the chin once he's already hurt there.
But you need the experience of having to do that to find out that that's what you need to do.
This is Martinez's first step up to this level, so you know, good experience fight here. He's getting rounds in for a lot further than 3.5 rounds, which is his average, right, Jimmy?
Yep, he is well over that and still throwing with authority. That's Carlos Gongorra, who somehow finds a way to keep coming forward. No quit at all from the Ecuadorian, but the Guatemalan Martinez all over him yet again. Corner of Carlos Gongorra. Let's take a look at that action from round number 7.
Another dominant round in the books for Lester Martinez, just unloading huge shots. Gongorra, like a zombie out there, takes the punches, comes right back, but man, he has taken a hell of a lot of damage.
I got news for you, Chris. Headshots can kill a zombie.
Jason Voorhees, there you go.
Love it.
He left his machete in the dressing room, though.
Round number 8. Lester Martinez in the black and white, the pride of Guatemala. Carlos Gongorra in the white and blue, Ecuadorian Olympian 2 times. Right now, the power of Lester Martinez, that has been the difference in this fight.
He's shown a good chin, too. He's taken some good shots, especially early on, against a guy who's a good puncher and hasn't seemed to be bothered by anything. Nice reversal there.
I think it would suffice to say, Chris, to answer your question, Martinez is that guy.
Yep, he is that guy.
As good as we thought he was. Things could still go wrong, plenty of time left to go, but he has not disappointed in this step.
No, not at all. He's improved greatly since the last time we saw him. And to your point, Sean, you said, yeah, there's things to work on. Absolutely, but a lot of the things that we saw last time, he adjusted. And there's still more adjustments to make, but this has been a very impressive improvement since his last time out. Against much better opposition, obviously.
And that's what you need, too, when you talk about a statement. Everybody thinks the statement is the knockout. The statement, you show people that you're better than you were in the last hour, You show people that you can go the distance. You're learning things and you're showing everyone else. You're making other statements as well. So, big statement, I would say, from Lester Martinez if this continues to go this way. And to his, defense or whatever the case may be, Gongorra has helped him. Gongorra hasn't been the most difficult opponent.
Yeah. Now slow-paced, stays in the pocket, stays with you, doing exactly what Martinez would want him to do, basically. Ooh.
He's had success. Carlos Gongorra has been able to bring physical pressure on Lester Martinez, lean on him a bit, he can carry his weight, but power has always been the answer for Lester Martinez.
I can't help but think about Lester Martinez and Jaime Murguia. Oh, man, that's a fun fight.
That would be outstanding. And with this win, should this fight continue in the manner it has been going so far, some big fights in the future for Lester Martinez.
And Martinez has stayed very dialed in. You see his eyes, you see where he's at. He's got a guy in front of him. He just does not want to go down, doesn't want to stay down. But, he's staying locked in because he understands the man in front of him is dangerous. He's landed some good shots himself. He's still tricky and crafty. And Martinez is still looking to try and get that knockout. Not sure he's going to get it, but he's trying.
Bates with a tough veteran with an iron chin. Lester Martinez has kept the volume going. His corner said, you're fighting. Martinez's corner says, you're fighting great. Keep the distance. Of course, I don't want Carlos Gongorra smothering his punches with 2 rounds left to go.
Well, Gongorra's been shown to be dangerous on the inside with those uppercuts. That's actually the best punches he's landed tonight, and especially in recent rounds is when he's been in close. So that's good advice from the corner of Martinez. Stay on the outside. You're winning outright anyway, and landing shots like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, if we do see a knockout, it's going to be pretty bad.
Yeah, at this point.
Yeah.
Considering what he's had to take so far, yeah.
The question of one of Martinez's power, carried through the fight. We can see now we're at round 9, and he still looks very strong.
Yep, very explosive.
Very explosive.
And listen, I don't know how many fights in a row this is for Gongorra, but they're looking like this every time. He took so much punishment in the Billy fight, and he was much more in that fight than this fight. Yep. This fight, it's a very one-sided beating.
A lot of mileage on Carlos Gongorra, 22-2. A lot of that spent at the elite level. 17 knockouts in those 22 wins. Lester Martinez's question is, how would he handle this big step up in competition? A man who has been fighting the elite at 168 pounds, and so far he has passed this test with flying colors.
When we look at 24 fights as a professional, and we also look at 2 Olympic Games.
Yeah.
Which more than likely means those were 2 Pan American Games, and world championships and all, just a list of things. You know, when we talked last round about him coming back to the corner and kind of smiling at, I just don't got it anymore. It's very conceivable to believe he really, truly doesn't.
Oh. Every time he tries, it gets hit harder. Yeah. Like he finds a little success and then pays for it.
Nice overhand left landed for him, though.
Yeah, it did. It was a good shot. And then he took 2 shots right for his hard work.
Under a minute left in round number 9. Lester Martinez, the biggest test of his career, so far doing an outstanding job. Question is, can Carlos Gongorra, you keep saying age 35, does he have one great punch left in him?
Still smart, he's still thinking. I just believe he can't perform and execute the way that he used to.
Yeah, it gets to that point where you see the openings, but you can't pull the trigger fast enough. You can't get there anymore.
You see the punches coming, you just
can't get out of the way.
Yeah, all that.
Oh. I mean, what a chin on Gongorra, though, man.
Did you hear that language?
I did. Heard that colorful language from the corner.
Where'd that come from?
A little frustrated at their man taking some big punches.
They were speaking Spanish over there. That was Spanish.
That translates everywhere. Lester Martinez in the black and white from Guatemala, doing his country proud tonight. Carlos Gongorra from Ecuador. He said champ, 2-time Olympian, into a lot of fights at the elite level and could be just out of gas in his last opportunity against a big puncher.
You know, Gongorra is going for it. Yeah. He might get knocked out in this round.
You say it because every time he comes forward to land something meaningful, there's a punch waiting for him.
He pays for it.
I wouldn't want me to be a ref. I'd have stopped this fight a long time.
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing this head, the way this head is going back. I'm not used to seeing that, man.
Especially the way he comes right back into the fray.
Has yet to be off his feet in this fight, despite taking some shots and making him check out the lights above us.
Which is impressive, but you know, he needs to truly say, hey, how many more times am I going to be in fights like this?
Yeah, chin becomes a detriment at a certain point.
Yes, that's a great point. Yep. Too tough for your own good.
We all know, gentlemen, when it goes, it goes. Oh, Jesus, speaking of.
This ref can step in at any time.
Carlos Gongorra getting knocked around like a pinball.
You're not going to do it, though.
Referee does not look particularly close.
He's still really hurt.
Martinez just throwing bombs.
Martinez is really good at finding holes.
Off balance.
Oof, I thought that was going to be it.
Lester Martinez throws 2 more meaningful shots. This one should be over.
He's still throwing hard shots here in the 10th round. Martinez is showing a great gas tank.
Carlos Gongorra smiling, but I don't know if he knows where he is.
You can hear these punches ringside. Heavy, heavy shots.
We got headphones on.
Yeah, exactly. You can hear them through the headphones.
No body work. Like, I know. Go to the body.
Corner still pleading for Carlos Gongorra to throw punches.
Throw some effing punches, if I'm hearing it correctly.
I'm pleading for them to throw the towel in. They're pleading for him to throw punches.
20 seconds left in round 10. More big shots from Lester Martinez. Wondered how he would do late. Well, guess what? He's throwing like he was in round number 1.
Looks like Gongorra's going to get to the end.
10 seconds left. Not because Lester Martinez didn't do everything he could to get him out of there, but Carlos Gongorra, too tough perhaps. Too tough for his own good, but he will see the final bell.
That thick neck ain't just for show.
How about we say he's becoming the guy? Now, he's not the guy yet, but he's literally becoming the guy. I think right now, tonight, is going to take him miles because he got in the ring with a veteran, very crafty, knew what he was doing, and he found a way to find those openings, big punches, landed them, and just kept going. Big moments in every single round of this fight.
And he needed to stay switched on because Gongorra was trying to win as much as he could throughout, and Martinez kept shutting him down round after round. Every bit of success that Gongorra had, Martinez shut it down immediately with shots like that.
Yeah, and the important part of staying on is because when you feel like I got it, you know, and you got somebody in there that's got some serious power and can throw off-balance punches, you have to stay turned on because a bad moment can happen at any point. I'm sure everyone out there knows that, but round after round, big overhand rights, big left hooks landed. I think I gave Gongorra the first round, and that was it.
Yeah.
After that, it just became all Martinez, uppercuts, hooks, overhand rights.
He couldn't keep any sustained success tonight. Like I said, every time that he was able to open up, he got a little too greedy, stayed on the inside, and got hit with some big shots. And Martinez's punches had more in effect.
Chris, we went over how stacked the super middleweight division is. How many super middleweights, even at the elite level, even the guys you mentioned, could take those shots and still be standing up?
Oh no, Gongorra's got a next level chin. I mean, I don't know what's in that thing, but I've seen him take shots like this from Mbili, who's a big puncher, has a lot of knockouts. I've seen him take shots like that in the Akbadab fight, who was another big puncher. I mean, he's just, I don't know. His ability to recover and take these shots is otherworldly.
Finding success at every single point in this fight was just... I'm impressed. My first time seeing Lester Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, 10 rounds of fantastic fighting action brings us to the judges' scorecards. Judge Tony Lundy and Judge Wayne Smith both see it 99-91. And Judge Steve Rados sees it 100-90 your winner by unanimous decision, and new WBA Continental Latin America Super Middleweight Champion, undefeated